I mean, I'm obviously gonna that's my niece. A really popular question that a lot of people have for me right now is, what camera should I buy? I know that a lot of people who are watching are probably people who are barely starting to get into photography, or people who maybe don't even know anything about cameras. Because I remember when I first started out with photography, I was watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials and videos, and none of them could really kind of dumb things down a little bit, because in all honesty, that's what we need sometimes. We really don't know photo lingo when we first start. I want to really be really simple with you guys, and I'm not going to really be going over specs, but more of a general informational video on where your money should go when it comes to buying a camera. One thing I really want to emphasize is that it's not the camera, it's the lens and the lighting. The reason why I say it's not the camera is because I've been using a beginner's camera. I still use a beginner's camera. I'm filming on a beginner's camera, and I use this for my shoots, and I get clients. I get a lot of clients, and I'm very proud of where I am. I'm very happy that I have returning clients. You know, people message me constantly, and I'm super grateful. I'm super grateful that I am where I am, and that I've built this reputation off of photography. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have an expensive camera. My camera now, today, is worth about $700. When I first bought it, it was like $900 or something. I think right now it's like $600 to $700. It's not expensive at all. And I'm comparing that to like $1,000 cameras. Of course, it might be expensive to some people because not everybody has that budget, and I totally understand, but I saved up my paycheck to be able to buy this camera years ago, like probably like 2-3 years ago I bought this camera. And I have the Canon Rebel T7i. That's what I'm using. That's what I use for my shoots, for my videos. This is what I've been using. And if you compare this on like a range of cameras based on prices and quality, my camera is like on the far end. It's nowhere near the middle or the top high-end cameras. And one thing that I've discovered is that it's not even the camera body that matters, it's more the lens. When you want to shop for a camera, you always want to make sure that you get a camera that has detachable lens, because it's like the most important part. Lenses, there's many different types of lenses. There's lenses that are made out of really cheap glass that don't give you such a great quality, and then there's really expensive lenses that give you great quality. There are some lenses that you can buy that are very cheap, and usually they're called kit lenses. Kit lenses are the ones that come with your camera when you buy a brand new camera. Usually they're no good, and the better quality lenses are the ones that you have to buy alone, either at Best Buy or online. You can find good ones like Sigma lenses. Those are my favorite. My favorite lens right now, I could show you guys. My favorite lens that I own right now, my most expensive lens that I own right now, is a Sigma Art. A 35mm Sigma Art 1.4 lens. It looks like this. It's amazing. Oh my god, I almost dropped it. It looks amazing. It feels great. It's a little heavy. The glass that it's made out of is extremely sharp, and my photos come out amazing. And honestly, I have a lens filter on right now because I don't want to scratch it, you know. But this is it. I love it. It's my favorite. It's super sharp, and it's great. I use this for portraits. I use this on all my portrait shoots. Ever since I got it, I started using it on portrait shoots, And I kid you not, I have a lot of more traction on my feed because of this lens. This lens cost me, I think $400. Let me check. I bought it at Best Buy, and it's the best. I've been wanting this lens for the longest time, and it's the best investment I've ever made. I'm not even kidding. It's better than all of my lenses that I have combined. I lied. The Sigma 35mm 1.4 is priced at $6.99 at Best Buy. I don't even remember how much I spent on it. Now I remember. I bought it out on my credit card. I have a credit card from Best Buy, and that's how I was able to buy this. If it wasn't for that credit card, I don't have that type of money to blow just like that. But it was $700 with tax and stuff, and it's the best investment I made ever. And people ask me, like, what kind of camera do you use? Well, my secret is it's not the camera, it's my lens. So I just want to put it out there that expensive cameras don't always mean better photos. It all depends on your lighting, it all depends on your lens and your creativity. When I first started photography, I was in high school, and I still remember, it was a Canon Rebel T3. And I remember I was confused a little bit at first. I was like, what are all these knobs? What do they do? But the more I used it in class, and I would take it out of class, like I'd rent the camera, bring it home with me, and I'd practice here at home. And I practiced all the knobs. I practiced my white balance, my ISO. I remember my ISO and my f-stop were so confusing to me, and I was like, what the heck is this? And because I knew that camera so much, when I graduated high school and I was able to buy my own camera, which is this one that I have right now, I remembered that it was a Rebel, and so I went to Best Buy or Fry's, I believe, and I bought the newest Rebel that I could buy because I wanted something kind of modern but also something familiar, because I didn't want to just start with a weird camera that I didn't even know how to use. I made a small business out of it, and I'm so proud of myself. I hope that goes to show you guys that you don't really need like the highest end equipment. It's all with creativity and being consistent, and most importantly just knowing your stuff, like knowing good lighting and good composition and how to edit and stuff like that. I'm gonna recommend this to you because obviously this is something that I'm super familiar with, and it's great. I think it's a great beginner's camera. I want to show you guys an example of what I mean when I say it's not your camera. I'm going to show you an example between my phone and my camera, and we're going to go shoot something right now. I'm going to show you an example of phone quality versus camera quality and how you can get the best of both worlds, and also good lighting versus bad lighting on the camera, on the phone, and as well as on the camera. So let's go. I'm sorry for my mess, but I'm gonna clean it up right now, so. This guy right here is gonna be our subject. We're gonna shoot this first on the phone. And we're gonna shoot it first with average lighting, meaning without external lighting or extra lighting. I just want you guys to get the point of what it means, what good lighting means. I want you guys to know that it really, in order to get really sharp photos, you need really, really good lighting. And by good lighting, I just mean a lot of it. Alright, that's with the ring light, regular lighting. Now I'm gonna use a camera. I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay, so I have all the pictures, and I'm gonna go ahead and import them into Lightroom, and I'm gonna edit them how I would edit to my liking, whether it's phone or it's a camera. I'm gonna edit them the same exact way, and I'm gonna show you guys the difference between both of them. Okay, I just finished editing all the pictures, and if you can kind of see on my screen, they all have a different hue, and you're like, did she edit them the same? Yes, I did. I edited the camera ones the same, and I edited the phone pictures the same. So basically, I'm gonna put all 4 pictures on the screen right now, and I want you to choose your top 2 favorite. If you had your own website for plants and vases, and you had your Instagram, your Etsy, you have your website, whatever you got, which top 2 would make the cut for your page? I'll give you 5 seconds. Which top 2? Is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? If you picked 1 and 3, you've got a great eye. And I'll tell you why. 1 and 3 are the ones that I used for the ring light. So they look the best because 1 and 3 don't have as many shadows going on. 1 and 3 are very crisp. 1 and 3 are edited better because of the lighting that they have, and you see more detail when it comes down to looking at where the root of the plant. Obviously the best looking photo is going to be the one taken by the camera because it's got better quality than a phone does, but a phone can very much pass just as well as a camera. It all just depends on your lighting, it all depends on your editing, it all depends on, you know, your creative style. I hope that goes to show you guys that good lighting really does do a difference, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a ring light or an LED light. I know they're not cheap, they're pretty expensive to buy, but you could definitely use just an external light. If you have a lamp, use your lamp, just bring it closer to you. And I guarantee it's gonna bring you it's gonna make your photos look way better if for whatever reason you can't afford a better camera or a better lens. So that's like your second option in case you can't get any of that stuff. With all that being said, I hope this gives you guys more of an understanding of where to go about with cameras and camera bodies and lighting and lenses. Like I said, I recommend for the body, I definitely recommend a Canon Rebel, any of the Canon Rebels for your body. And for the detachable lens, I mean, I'm obviously gonna recommend any of the Sigma lenses because that's my favorite, that's my baby, like I love my Sigma lens. But if you don't have a Sigma lens and don't have the money to buy it, because I totally understand, I just was able to afford that after 2-3 years of having my camera, just keep in mind that the better quality lens, the better quality photo you're gonna have. So it does take some investment with money to get a really good lens, but I hope that just drives you away from the thought that you don't need like a really expensive camera. It's more the lens. And if you don't have a really great lens, or you can't afford to buy a really great lens, or a really great camera body, just use really good light and it's gonna be a total game changer. But that's it for this video, so thanks for watching, and you'll see me probably next week.